All right, everyone, please grab a seat. And this is the final session for today, I believe, and it's going to be a great one. The name of this afternoon session is Finding Strength in Support. And you guys know how important support is, right? Yes. All right. Now, the person I'm about to introduce is someone near and dear to me. I've been part of her journey for a while now. Love her to death, love her husband, just amazing people. If you guys know them, I'm sure you agree with me wholeheartedly, 100%. So please give a big round of applause for Carrie Brody.
Okay, thanks you guys. I need your support. This is my first time, so I hope I don't disappoint you. Okay, hello? Can you hear? Okay, can you? Okay.
Here.
Yeah, okay. Hi, this is such a great conference hall. We got all these free goodies, and we really appreciate all the people who do all this work for us. And I look forward to this every year. And I always tell my husband this is like adult Disneyland that I love because of all the stuff I get to go home with. But I truly believe in my weight loss journey. My name is Carrie Brody. I had the gastric sleeve in 2020. Like many of you, I've struggled with my weight my whole adult life. Whew. And I've tried every diet under the sun. I'm sure like you guys have too. I did great. I lost the weight, but it found its way back. So I was like, okay. So at age 45, I was told by my OB that I needed to have a complete hysterectomy. But of course, what's the first thing they say to us when we're overweight? Yeah, every doctor that I've gone to says, if you would just lose weight, it would help with your procedures. So I got a second opinion, and he said, oh, I can do that for you. And so I said, okay, so my simple procedure ended up 5.5 hours, and I ended up with stage 3C ovarian cancer. So, and was told we had 12 to 18 months to live and to get my affairs in order. So my husband and I, after a lot of prayers, a lot of surgeries, I had 3 surgeries, and, oh God, countless chemo treatments and radiation. But I'm still here. It's been 16 years, and I made it. And my husband says the reason why I made it is because God's like, oh no, she's not coming up here yet. She's going to mess everything up. So that's why I'm still here. But I'm very thankful. But after I was cancer-free for 5 years, my PCP, who's been on my whole journey my whole life, said, okay, you got a second chance of life. God wants you here for some reason, so let's work on your weight. Let's have weight loss surgery. So he talked to Rich and I for about 20 minutes, and he goes, I'm going to leave the room now, and you and Rich discuss it, and I'll be back in 10 minutes. So he leaves, and I go to Rich, so we have 10 minutes to decide if I'm going to have this surgery. And so we talked, and we came back, and he's like, so? And I said, okay, I'll do it. And 3 weeks later, you guys, I was in surgery. And I was like, why so quick? And he goes, I didn't want you to change your mind. So that's how it all started. And of course, I don't know if you know, I'm A-type personality. So of course, everything's black and white. So I followed everything like I was supposed to. I portioned out everything. I went to Zoom meetings, which I've met so many of you there. And Lisa Marie was my first event, and I found my tribe there. And everybody's been so amazing. But I found my purpose. I found my focus. I found what I could do. And, you know, I thought I was in my glory, you guys. I was like, hey, this really does work. And so, of course, our friend and our mentor, Dr. Reyes, who is a beacon of knowledge and supports to us, told me that support meetings are number one thing for you to get support to keep your weight down and be with people who surround you, who care for you. So, of course, I see him, and then I have a tribe of sisters that we call ourselves the BBS sisters. I won't tell you what that stands for because it's not very nice. But they are so great. We are a group of women who have each other's back. They're my best friends, confidants. We've been through it. We've been a group since 2002. And we've been together through thick and thin, which no pun intended, because we have gone up and down. But I was also lucky enough to see Dr. Reyes privately. And what he taught me is these, I call them the 5 hacks of life. He taught me a lot more, but this is what sticks with me, is boundaries. And I'm like, what the heck are boundaries, you know? And so I got those down. And then he taught me that no means no. Like when people ask me to do something, I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I go home and tell Rich, and he's like, oh, you have all this stuff on your plate. You can't do that. And I go, I know, but I couldn't say no. Or, you know, I couldn't think of an explanation. He'd be like, no is no, no explanation. So I've learned that too. And code words is a big thing. Because like when you go to parties or you go out places, and like I don't know about you guys, I love my family dearly, but through the holidays sometimes gets a little hectic. So we have a code word. I won't tell you what that is either in case I'm talking to you. No. So we have this code word, and then we know, okay, 5 minutes, I'll meet you at the door. And navigating parties, same thing. I know if you guys go to parties, like Dr. Reyes has, I'm sure, did the same thing to you. If there's nothing on your plate or there's nothing that you're doing, someone's going to find you and say, here, have this, have that, have this. So those are the few things that I've learned that have helped me greatly. And the first 2 years, I did awesome. I thought, God, no wonder everybody loves this. I lost 231 pounds, and I thought, hey, I'm living life, this is great. Well, then I had some hernia and bowel issues, so I had to have surgery to fix that. And then during that surgery, I was lucky enough that the doctor said, okay, I'm going to take off your extra skin. And I'm like, wow, okay, this is great. And he's like, well, you're going to have these dog ears. And I'm like, what's dog ears? And he goes, oh, you'll see when the surgery's over. But I'm very proud of my dog ears, so I don't have my stomach. But then, you guys, when I woke up in recovery, to my surprise, there was a dietitian there, and guess what she specialized in? Anorexia. So yep, that's me. I went from 343 pounds down to 106, and so exercising way too much and eating. So I was like, okay. So of course I was there for 3 days. So she was at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I had no choice but to listen to what she had to say. And then, of course, my doctor signed me up for 6 months to work with her. And successfully, I gained 20 pounds, and I stayed there for a while. And I used to exercise like 60 minutes a day, and so I got down to 30 days, 5 days a week, took the weekends off, and also increased my protein. So after that, I was like, okay, I got this. I'm doing good. And then my beloved husband retired. And my grandson, who we take care of, who would come at 6:30 in the morning, was now at school, so we didn't have to pick him up till 1. So you're not going to, know why. We had so much time, and we're like, God, what are we going to do? We had no structure. So I was like, okay, we have life of leisure. This is awesome. So this is what happened. So we started binge watching Netflix, till like 2 in the morning. So then we would sleep until 9 or 10, and then we'd get up and get ready for the day. So by then it's 11 o'clock, right? So at 11 o'clock, I'm like, hey, we did not have breakfast, and we did not have lunch. So we'd go out to our favorite burger joint, which we'd only go once a week and share a meal. Well, my mind's like, hey, honey, we're not sharing because I miss breakfast and lunch, so you can get what you want, and I can have what I want. So that's how, I was like, okay, that's great. Yeah, that sounds great. But then I've gained 30 pounds in such a short time. So I was like, okay. So one day I was telling him, okay, I got to get this 30 pounds off. What are we going to do? And my first thing is not go back to my old habits was, okay, I saw this diet, the salt diet. I saw this diet. I can lose 35 pounds in 10 days. And he's like, come on, Carrie, how many times have you done this already? So you guys, I thought, oh, well, okay, I'm going to go back to it. So I got my WLS Bible, that's what I call my WLS notebook, back. I started at the beginning, started purchasing my meals. My husband's a wonderful cook, and so he pre-portioned our meals because they say you can have 4 ounces, which, 4 ounces, that's in a thing and you take it, is it. But You put 4 ounces on your plate. Oh, yeah, that looks like about 4 ounces, which it really isn't. So that's how I got back on track, and then I went back to exercising, and we started over. And now I'm doing okay. I'm 10 pounds away from my goal weight. So I'm doing that. So I am back on track, and I'm happy to be here and share my experience with you. And I couldn't have done it without the WS group, my tribe sisters, my husband, and like all the Lisa Marie's in the world. And Connie is a big help to me because I listen to her podcast often, sometimes 2 or 3 times, because it takes me that long for my brain to go, oh yeah, did she really say that? You know, and I'd be like, oh yeah, she did. You know, so those are my big hacks. So my thing to you is not everything is for everybody. So there's so many support groups out, so many great speakers. I think that you should experience them all, find what speaks to you, and stick with that. Because you will find the most incredible, loving people you've ever met. And I have done that. And my greatest joy through my weight loss journey is I have 2 grandboys who are 4 and 7, which our 7-year-old we take care of every day. But I get to fully participate in their lives. And what I mean by that is we go swimming, we go the trampoline, and I actually do that with them. And they get so excited. They're like, come on, Gigi, and so excited. And when our grandson turned 4 this year, he got a water slide, you know, those big ones that you get. And he's like, come on, Gigi, let's go down. And I'm like, oh, that's okay, Slater. And he's like, no, Gigi, come on. So I did it. And we have pictures. I know I should have brought, we have pictures. And then I went down the slide with those 2 boys. And I was like, yay. So it was awesome. And, and then another great thing we did in last November was we took the boys, just my husband and I and the 2 boys. We flew to Arizona to do the Polar Express, the Grand Canyon, and Bearzona, and what else did we do? Oh, the Grand, Bearzona, yeah. We did Bearzona, and we had so much fun, you guys. It was 5 days. We almost did 7, but then my daughter-in-law's like, no, I think 5's plenty, you'll see. And you know what? At the end of those 5 days, we were exhausted. But you know what? The memories we made are priceless. And I wouldn't have done that, you know, 221 pounds later. Yeah, it's just awesome. So I love my life. I'm so excited about it. But in conclusion, I know you can't see this paper, but these are what I put on my bathroom mirror. Every day I say this to myself. And the first one is have a positive and gracious attitude and love myself where I'm at. I might not be perfect, but I'm going to love myself at every age, at every step. And number 2, don't let anybody tell you you can't, because you can. You can. And find your tribe, my beautiful sisters, because they need you just as much as I needed them. So, I mean, I just love that. And then number 4, we all struggle. We're all human. We have moments of weakness, moments of strength. And 5th, we're all in this together. You know, so it's a great thing. And my motto, since I lost weight and I can do things, is I no longer stand on the sidelines of life. I'm in the game. And my dad, who's no longer with us, but he lived with us for the last 6 years of his life, and I'm the youngest of 3 sisters, but my dad would always tell us girls, he would hold our faces in his big hands, and he would say, Carrie or Sherry or Cindy, whichever one it is, you don't have to be the best. I just want you to try your best. And no matter what, I will always love you. And so that is just a precious thing. And so during my things, when I get sad or something, my husband does that to me. And he's like, pretend I'm your dad, and this is what your dad would do. And so that's my story. And also, too, I'm a big sweet eater, so if any of you guys, because I know like they were saying some people like salty, some are sweet. Well, I'm the queen of sweet, so I can tell you how you can have your cookies. These girls know all of them that I have tons of recipes, so you can have your cake and eat it too, and it's legal.